In this video, we are going to discuss about file concepts. So first we'll see the definition for file. A file is defined as a named collection of related information that is stored on secondary storage device. So we have various types of files. The first type of file we are going to have is text file. What is text file? So text file is nothing but it is a sequence of characters organized into lines. The next type of file we are going to have is source file. So source file is a sequence of functions, each of which is further organized as declarations followed by executable statements. So the one such example for source file is your programming files. And next type of file we have is executable file. Executable file is a series of code section that the loader can bring into memory and execute. So we call that as executable file. The compiled version of your source file, we can call it as executable file. Only executable file is required to execute the program. You don't need to have source program. So by having an executable program, you can able to load and execute it. So these are the various types of files. Next, we are going to discuss about various file attributes. So each and every file is having these attributes. The first one is name. So what is name? So every file must have a file name. The file name is the information kept in human readable form. Next we have identifier. It is a unique tag. Usually it's a number which identifies the file within the file system. The next file attribute is type. What type of file is yours? Whether it is a text file or it is a document file or it is any of the programming file. So which indicates the type of the file. Next is the location. This information is pointed to a device and to the location of the file on that device, where actually your file resides in the secondary storage device, on which block your file resides on the secondary storage device. That is indicated by a file attribute called location. Next is size. That is the current size of the file, which is indicated in terms of bytes, words or blocks. Next we have protection. So which is an access control information which determines who can reading, writing and executing it. The next information we have is time, date and user identification. This information may be kept for creation, last modification and last use. These data can be useful for protection, security and usage monitoring. These are the various file attributes associated with each and every file. The next one we are going to see is file operations. So these are the various operations we can perform on a file. We can create a file, we can write something into a file, we can read the content of the file, you can repositioning within a file. That is, you can move the file pointer here and there within a file in order to perform reading or writing operation. This we can also call it as fseek. The next we have is deleting a file. So, and also we have something called truncating file. There is a difference between deleting and truncating. So deleting means the entire file is removed from the directory, whereas truncating a file is we are just erasing the content of the file. The file name still resides in the file system. That's the difference between deleting and truncating a file. Other than the normal file operations, we have some more primitive operations which can be combined to perform other file operations. So those file operations are creating a copy of a file, get and set the various file attributes. Next one is determine the status of a file, such as the file's length, and you can set some of the file attributes such as the file ownership. Most of the file operations mentioned involve searching the directory for the entry associated with the named file. So any of these operations, if you want, first the directory has to be searched in order to fetch a file so that these operations can be performed on it. Thank you so much.